Focus.
Focus.
Yeah.
Możesz, you can say with an O and there's no confusion then.
Oh, come on. Milczek to Clouder. So you're going to sleep or what?
Yeah, probably. I also only slept 3 hours.
Oh,
last night.
okay. Lucky
so
sob.
good luck with the rest of.
Yeah, it
with
will
the
be
rest
fine.
Of the marathon. People still watching?
Yeah. We actually have 100 viewers throughout most of the stream. I have no idea how many of them are bots, but I think it's still pretty impressive.
I don't think any of them are bots. If there were bots, they
were
would be
already
posting some
Okay.
some shit.
Yeah, so I'm considering how bad it was at the start, and we started with 1.5 hour of delay, I believe. Yeah, but I'm in the second place. And I haven't changed
I
haven't changed anything in my.
The round?
No. Of course, not in the round. No, don't worry about that. Don't worry. Yeah, in the okay,
in the round
not in the ranking.
Oh,
and in the first
ranking,
one,
okay.
I'm okay. Let's leave out the first one. That's not the important one. We can hide it. So yeah, and I haven't changed pretty much anything throughout the last 2 hours or 3. I'm just talking.
Even after we have fixed the.
So I assume that you have
gain?
fixed it a bit before, and
Okay.
I just left the stuff as would.
Okay. Why are you not coding anymore? Out of ideas?
No. I have a lot of ideas, but the problem is that each my idea actually would take a lot of time to implement.
Closer to the microphone.
Okay. Is someone? Did you resign during last weekend? Benefits. Okay, I'll answer that in a minute. No, I'm doing fine. I have still a lot of ideas. There's actually the problem, even though it looks very simple, has a lot of depth, and I really like it. It's really a good problem. I'm actually impressed that you managed to have a very simple one at the same time.
I liked it for its simpleness, and also we had. There's a funny fact for you why you are doing this specific problem.
Okay.
It came from.
Enlighten me.
Okay, it came from the fact that we usually have 30 teams.
Yes.
This year we had 31, and our system wasn't well suited to having different numbers of teams for different tasks. In the other 2 tasks, it doesn't matter because they are symmetrical. But in this problem, we had if we had 31 teams and only 30 teams actually on the board, there would be an area between 2 teams that would be unclaimed and empty. So we would lose the symmetry in the problem.
Okay.
And the board is actually symmetrical. I mean cyclic. The board is a cycle, so everyone starts on equal footing.
Okay. Okay,
please don't use that. It's not public information.
Okay, that's great because I never noticed that, and suddenly you see the huge line, which looks pretty much the same, like this one.
Yeah, it's actually just.
You just spoiled the whole. Okay. Okay, I get it. So there are 31 diagonals.
Yeah, there's 31 horizontal parts. And there are just shifted by the same amount.
Okay, it makes sense.
Part. So it sometimes does something like this. Sometimes it does a vertical align where all the teams. But most of the time it scatters.
Look
the
at
teams,
that second and fourth one.
Quite nice.
Yeah, and my hands are here.
Also, I heard you saying something about me like half an hour ago, so I was gonna come here and ask you what's going on there.
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. I just for the last half an hour I just started. Oh, and third place. I have no idea what's happening, but apparently it works. And also, second, I already second, and I'm actually will be first one soon.
Also, do you have any idea what kinds of maps are the best for you? Because there are different map archetypes. There are forests where there's a lot of trees and not many streams or
I noticed,
cottages. There's metropolis where there's a lot of cottages and not many trees. So we wanted that maps to be more. We wanted those maps to stimulate fighting between the players.
Yeah.
Because when there's so few trees, you actually need to do a good job. And second on the
and I'm going. I have no idea what happened, and I'm actually catching up very fast.
Great stuff.
Yeah, and they will be very shocked. I mean, I'm pretty sure that all of the computers are going to be very shocked, and they will ask me, "What have you done?" And I will proudly say nothing.
What are the modes? I see you have.
Okay, so that's the only thing I managed to do so far from the manual control. I figured out that there are some high-level decisions that are very hard to compute. For example, there are actually so there are some types of generated maps where you start with the huge army.
Yes, there are two types of maps actually.
And in one of those, the map is very small. So if
there are very. It's not small per se. It's very thin. I think it's long but thin.
Oh, okay. So the problem I encountered. Oh, first in both. Fuck yeah. That's how you do it. Like you write something and you leave it.
If you can see, he's actually gaining 40 something points in the left map. That's amazing.
Yeah, I have no idea how it's happening.
Maybe you just found the diagonal.
Yeah, well, actually,
the other teams are probably just struggling to find it.
Maybe so most of the points that's probably it, because in the diagonal I have lots of cottages, so I have huge army, and then all of the interesting points are actually on the edges. Oh, so suddenly I started fighting. Oh, yeah, he died. No, well. Oh, and I lost the first. Okay. Oh, so I'm gaining only 1 point?
You're not?
No, 11. No, the 11. Yeah.
Ah, that's the slow server. That makes sense.
So the guys on the first. Anyway, I'm still very happy that I'm finally in the top 3 in both of them, at least in 1 point.
Okay, and one quick question, because we got off track and you didn't say how the modes work. What's the first mode? What's the mode for the thin map?
So, the idea was that in general, at the start of the map, you don't care about the trees. There is no point in caring about the trees. So,
fair enough.
So I assumed that it would be nice to have a mode that just ignores the trees. So I'm only going to the cottages. And it's actually very important because I saw that in one of the maps I was stuck at the beginning because I had one cottage and there were 5 trees around me. So like one squad died and then another was sent there and go on. And if I was writing an AI, full-blown AI, it would be very hard to decide what is the correct approach. So in this way, I'm just pressing 1. Like I'm pressing 1, and it changes the mode. It's now aggressive. I'm pressing 2, and 2. Hello, 2. Oh, okay. Yeah,
okay,
it works.
Waiting for the next round, I guess.
And it's balanced. Balanced takes both cottages and trees. There's the third mode, which currently doesn't work. It's suicide, which tries to get rid of all of the armies.
to
get
the
more people, essentially.
It makes sense.
So well, I had situations where I was left with one squad and it just seated lonely on the one tree, didn't get, well, it got 1 point per turn, which sucked. So, and the better option would be either to split it to squads that have only one knight per squad, or to just suicide it. So the best example of using it.
The viewers know that there's a rule that if you lose all your army, you actually get 1/3 of the average army size on a random cell without a cottage. It's kind of a comeback mechanic to make people who suicided.
Okay, so they have 100 points per turn, which is very impressive. And so it's easy now to check it if it's the Płatnerze w Płaszczach team. Of course it is. That's very impressive. And so their strategy is hit or miss, pretty much. If the map is dense, they're screwed. They cannot do anything. But it's still very, especially for the early game.
You mean dense in what do you mean by dense?
The small map.
There's not that many small maps.
Strangely enough, it's not a small map, and they are performing very poorly, very poorly. Okay, but I'm still doing I'm still getting those 50 points.
Okay, one last question. Are your current approaches more like ad hoc, where you try to either explore or try to get points, or do you have some long-term strategies and you actually compute something sophisticated in a way that you need even a few rounds to compute it fully?
Okay, no. I will never write something that takes more than 1 round to compute.
1 turn.
1 turn, yeah. It's just too risky, especially with the live stream going on. It's not a good idea. Okay. It takes like 30% of the CPU when I checked. So quite a lot, even with the stream turned off.
Okay, I just had some fun when I was writing bots for this task during our internal testing. Okay. And I had a strategy that took quite some time, and I was writing multi-threaded.
Multi-threaded stuff doesn't have to. Well, we have 2 servers, and actually my visualization works on a different thread.
Okay.
So it's one interesting stuff that I made. Because it runs in a different thread, you can actually hover over the circles. The red ones are enemies, the blue ones are mine squads, and you can see the squad size independently of the turn. So of course it could be done much better, but I had to hack something quickly.
Okay, and just a disclaimer for the viewers, all that stuff with sophisticated computing that took more than 1 turn, it wasn't serious. It's not how I usually do those things. Okay. Just so you know that, just so you don't think that I'm a noob. Going
back how my solution actually works. So it's pretty simple right now. Like most of my solutions in every contest are simple. But so essentially it's a greedy solution where I'm looping. Well, I'm trying to do a move. I'm iterating over all possible moves, and I'm choosing the one that generates the biggest fitness function. There are cells that are marked that I should move the squad from there. It's a hard-coded heuristic. and I'm trying to move it to the closest interesting point. The interesting point is either the cottage or the tree. If I'm in aggressive mode, I ignore the trees. If I have no more cottages or trees, I'm trying to get to the closest unknown cell. And okay. I add a small random factor to make it more, so that I won't go only to the left direction like I did 1 hour before. Okay, so I did make some changes. Actually, there was one big change that I made, and I changed one character. So two characters. So I have my max squad size, which increases proportionally to the square root of the number of cottages I have, and I just increased that by 2 because I was doing way too many squads, so I was losing way too many nights.
I get that. I have to go, so
sure.
So thanks for the interview.
Yeah, I'll fall to the third. That map is stupid. Bye. Okay. We had a little bit of talking. Hopefully it was entertaining for you. And now let's get back to the boring thinking about what should I do and what I shouldn't. Okay, so apparently my very stupid solution is not that horrible bad. It's just not very good, but it's still somehow decent. I mean, considering the amount of time I was talking about how much do I suck and that kind of stuff, actually I'm getting some points. I mean, okay, so here it's not that good. Although this is the first. Well,
Informujemy, że do zamknięcia biblioteki pozostało 15 minut.
Okay, so it was in Polish and it said that there's only 15 minutes left to the closing of the library. So last chance for getting out of here. Okay, P. Kacprzak, I forgot your name, sorry. Had a question. Did you resign during last weekend's Zenefit code sprints on hacker rank or just passed on remaining problems? Okay, so I started competing there, but it was a 24-hour contest with only classical tasks. But then after some time, I just solved quickly few very, very easy ones, and then I saw that there are no optimization tasks. And if there are no optimization tasks, then the winner is decided by who gets all of the tasks first. And considering some of the tasks were based on that data structures, where they are pretty much the bane of my existence in the classical competitions, I decided to just have more time. So yeah, essentially I just bailed out from the contest. I invested only, I don't know, between 30 and maybe 1 hour, so something like that. Okay, so, and then I fall, and probably I'll fall down here too. Anyway, I should actually focus on adding more stuff. So it seems that the change that I introduced, that the squads are twice as big, made a huge difference, especially on those kinds of maps that are pretty big. So the randomness factor is not very high. Because on small maps, you can have not very favorable matchup right at the beginning, and like I said before, you can have a suicidal enemy spawned right next to you. He will attack you with the whole army, and suddenly you're out. Well, you're both out because you both lost your huge armies. And yeah, so in the huge maps, the randomness should be much smaller, which should mean that if I had very good AI, I would be winning, but I don't. Okay. And this was the first time that we have more viewers than 1 hour before, I believe. So maybe I should do more talking and less staring at the screen without any idea what should I do next. Okay, next round started, which is great because that means that I actually placed second in the whole round. And maybe I will get a little bit higher in the rankings so people won't make fun of me later. Yeah, sure. So the thing you should know that our Cameo guy is a liar.
What?
Cameo.
Okay, I know I'm Cameo. I figured that much, but how am I a liar?
Well, you were supposed to go.
Oh,
like
yeah,
you promised.
I wanted to go, but I got kind of hooked up with the whole thing.
But have you heard that there's only probably 10 minutes now to leave the library? And you will be locked here forever?
I don't think I will be. I think I have special permissions.
Okay. So now I should. I didn't do this in time. There are no any other cottages, and the stupid thing. So
how are the cottages marked?
Green ones.
Green. Okay. Why are the trees not green?
Shut up. I'm not sure why it tried to move. Okay, I don't have BFS. I'm just moving towards the closest cell.
Okay, so I guess the yellowish ones are trees?
Yeah, so okay. I have 3 cottages now, and I can move to the balanced mode. At least I think so. Actually, the start is pretty good. I mean, the map is... I have no idea what will happen next. The score doesn't matter right now. Or maybe it's not. It's hard to tell. So one thing that I have to add is to manually change the squad size. Right now it's automatic, but it's clear that in some situations it's good to... Yeah, because now the enemy will swarm. And I'm stupidly fighting over... over the trees, and I shouldn't do that because they are losing armies anyway.
Okay.
So I wanted also to add some manual control over where I should actually... Okay, I'll switch to balanced again. Where manual control over the area or maybe shape of the target area I want to have. Normally, I want to have ball-shaped area, or in case of very narrow maps, like there were some maps. Okay, I'll just use paint because it's easier. There were maps that were shaped. They were very narrow. So the best idea is to actually attack a slice of that map. There's a very small path on both sides that you will have to defend. And that's probably the safest map you can have, except when the new player spawns. that can be pretty devastating, but still it's an interesting combat mechanic, as you said, and it actually I don't think it introduces too much randomness, so I like it. And at the same time, you're never out. You're always at least fighting for the last few places, and it makes interesting strategic decisions that it's good to suicide.
Glad you're saying that it doesn't add too much randomness, because I had my doubts about it. But I thought the army size is not high enough to warrant keeping players out of the game.
One potential change I could make to this is that you are making 1/3 of average, and instead you could make it so it's more balanced to the median amount of soldiers, because when it's pretty bad when there's one big player. Well, for example, there are those maps with a huge number of cottages and very small number of trees. in this kind of maps, you will actually have very few squads. And it's possible for the one very strong player to dominate almost whole map.
Okay.
And the average screws the respawning part.
I don't know. I mean, it at least gives some way to try to overthrow the guy.
Yeah.
And
but
it's a puny chance anyway, because his army size, even if he's dominating, and even if he has an army and the rest has no knights whatsoever, they get like 190th.
I fall to the 5th place here.
Okay, but I came here to ask you about your fitness function.
Okay, so currently it's just the distance.
Just the distance. Okay, I get that. I was hoping for.
Where's the chat? Yeah, I'll just show the chat again. Sorry for hiding it. On only spam messages. So. No, the fitness is very stupid, and I actually didn't think about doing anything more smart. I don't think there's. Usually my take would be to introduce more stuff.
You could try making something about board control, like
border.
Determining.
You mean border control?
I don't even mean border control. Like determining what parts of the map are under your influence, and
yes, that's true. But based on the other problems I competed in, the bigger problem with that is that often not the actual shape of the current area you have, but there is one psychotic enemy you have at some part, and you don't think about having proper shape at this moment. You actually want to just get away from him.
Okay.
And it's very hard to react, because you see huge army and you still don't know what you should do. I mean, sometimes you could attack it. Not a wise choice, but sometimes it could be the best one. But usually you want to move away. So hopefully he will find another enemy and he will just suicide into them instead of you. So maybe it would be a nice idea to just avoid huge enemies, but I still haven't figured out the sight range. I actually haven't checked that.
And are enemies reflected in your fitness function?
No,
like you could add reverse of the distance to an enemy.
At the same
some kind of reverse
time, I don't want to allow them to have any cottage near me.
Okay, that's
so ignoring them actually it's a very balanced way, because notice that I'm using only distances. So the natural consequence of doing that, it's maybe not obvious one, but imagine that you have several mini clusters of cottages. So by using only distances, I will generally avoid the ones that are longer, far away, and I will just naturally generate the natural small cluster. So as you see, I only use distance, and here you are, the shape is pretty close to the ball.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of using various simple
it shouldn't be close to a circle. I think it should be closer to the circle at the diamond, because it's a taxi distance.
Yes, and I'm using taxi distance.
Yeah, of course. So I'm wondering why it resembles a circle more than it resembles a diamond.
It's easy. The sight range is square.
What is square?
The sight range is square. It changes.
Right.
Yeah, this changes a lot, because I actually see diagonally much further away, and that's this reason is enough for the shape.
Okay. I also wanted to ask, because I wanted to ask you if you know of any weaknesses your fitness function has. But seeing as it's simple, I don't think the weaknesses are easy to pin down. Like last year with the problem with snipers and monsters.
I was doing that.
One.
Pretty well.
I was doing it in our internal testing, although I had much less of a role last year than I have this year. But
hopefully people are enjoying talking. Hopefully,
if you don't enjoy my talking and you want me to leave Psyho,
it's too late. He cannot leave right now, so don't worry.
Just tell. Okay. I had a fitness function algorithm that just determined the state each round, because you could do that in that problem. You had the whole board if you wanted, and my algorithm was for a few consecutive testings beating everyone. I would just come, start the bot, and go mind my business doing something else, like playing playing Hearthstone or whatever. But there were guys who were working on a bot every time, and they ended up okay, I'm gonna go soon.
I didn't know. I'm making fun. Go on.
And they developed a bot that surrounded their snipers with monsters. Did you do that?
No. Well, a lot of people considering doing that. It was actually a great strategy. So there were two variants of doing that. Well, people are probably not aware of the problem we are talking about.
I'm gonna give a quick rundown of the problem. You had snipers and you had monsters. Monsters were supposed to hunt snipers, and snipers were supposed to hunt monsters and capture flags. But a sniper could shoot and kill all the monsters in a straight line. But monsters couldn't kill monsters in any way, and you had to find someone's monsters to be able to shoot them. So many people developed algorithms, at least in our internal testing, based around having the sniper guarded by monsters at all times. So no monsters could get you, and you could just walk around and shoot everything. And it was quite a it was a completely different strategy from the strategies that were based on finding and killing snipers. And actually, if there were a lot of bots that were trying to just find and kill snipers, and and some bots that wanted to build a shield, the shielding bots were absolutely dominating. But it was also
you were slowing down your sniper. That was the other problem.
Yeah, that was the problem, and there was a threshold of kinds of bots that changed the ranking between them. It was either all the bots, all the shield bots winning, or all the hunt bots winning.
So I believe I found the better strategy and actually easier to implement. There were two ways of using the walls, like monster walls. The problem with running with monster walls, there were two kinds of problems. First of all, you decreased your points which you got from killing other snipers. It wasn't the big one, but it was significant.
But it actually made capturing flags a legit strategy.
Well, it was actually winning strategy in both. Capturing flags was winning strategy during the contest.
Yeah, that's great.
But the absolutely best strategy you could get, at least for the bigger maps, was that it was better to hold the flags instead of returning them. It was very hard to return them.
Holding the flags gave points. So,
you got 1 point for each turn, for each flag you got, and you got 250
for returning.
But you lost the flags in the process. So, and the map could be 100 by 100.
Just a second.
Yeah, sure. He will be right back. Like, liar. Okay, so apparently I lost. It's pretty clear that I'm getting a lot of points in the beginning because people have proper strategies and they are actually using the stuff we talked about earlier, that they are focusing on cottages first, because fighting for trees, the yellow trees, doesn't make too much sense. So that's one observation that I can easily make out of just seeing the scores without seeing the global visualization. I ate your creep. It wasn't that tasty. You sound like creep, clay girl. Okay. So there are a few different strategies I could add. Okay, let's see who's in the lead and who's second. Okay, so Charles University is actually in the second place, and they are catching up quickly. And here they are struggling very much, so hard to say what they are doing. And usually it's very hard to say just based on very few data points. I'm getting 20 something here. Okay, let's see. I have 16 cottages and I have almost no. That's honestly very strange. The problem is that I'm constantly fighting over some very simple trees. Like here. Okay, I should do BFS. Like this is the real problem. They will eventually die, but I'm just losing here for 100 knights because they. Okay, so that's huge army, like 1,500, and I cannot do really anything about it. I mean, it's 1/5 of my whole army. It doesn't make sense. It's better to reclaim the unused stuff. Much better. So I should reclaim this one, and actually what's the problem? Probably some of those units are unable to get anything really. Okay, so this one goes to this one tree. Okay, so actually I would say I'm doing pretty fine here, surprisingly. Still not. Okay, I'm not that good here. It's 90. What? Just looking some random stuff. Okay. Show chat. Okay. There's also a third mode that I haven't talked about too much, and I finished on the third place here. And let's see if I'm still afraid that suddenly I will miss the round because that's okay. No current round. Hopefully it will work flawlessly. Just trying to restart. One thing I could add right at the end is that I could remove my my fellow knights from all of the cottages and move them to trees. Not only I would increase the amount of points I'm gathering right at the end, but I would also stop getting desertions. I would just actively avoid. What do you have there?
I'm just getting a check.
Okay, sorry for all of the stuff. Laying around here.
Yeah.
What's-
Psyho looks like a messy person.
No, I just have too much stuff here. AFK throw away, what? I don't... What are you saying, Clay?
I think she's saying that she's going AFK and she calls herself the troll. I think.
Look at this.
Does this make sense?
Man,
Oh,
look at
that
this.
looks, yeah, and that looks like a diamond
Yeah.
for now.
So that's what you get with focus on the here on the left part. That's what you get when you are just randomly spreading stuff. So that's what you get with the stupidly simple fitness function. I mean,
the white dots are your
white? There are no white dots. The white is just possible terrain.
no, the dots, not the circles.
Oh, the blue ones.
They are blue and.
Oh
white
yeah,
in the
they
center.
are
Okay.
empty inside, so they are just.
That's. Oh, that's sad.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm going AFK.
Okay.
Yes.
How could I not get that? Sorry, Klager.
So this is actually pretty problematic. I have 70,000 knights and they are dying very fast. So I think the good strategy here would be to avoid any fights, really. I'm still at in the second place, but I will fall off very quickly. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm quickly losing all of the knights here.
Okay. Have you?
And this is very stupid. Like, this is extremely stupid. I should, right after the initial swarm, I should focus on having very few small.
Oh, damn! You just.
Yeah, like they just ran into the wall, and so I still have a few cottages, but I'm losing the.
but you
everything.
actually moved on to the first place.
Yeah, but temporarily. I mean, it's only 10% of the time. Okay, so I'll implement one simple stuff. It's actually very simple. I will just add another mode for ignoring the cottages.
Okay, let's just get the Oh,
Yeah, no, that's fine. What
I broke it.
what did you want to say?
I wanted to say that there's the NO in the rules that we got when typing Notepad, and it's sitting there for the whole round, and it's bothering the hell out of me.
Wait, what?
In the rules TXT.
Ah,
Much better now.
normally. Okay. Oh, sorry. It's back. Oh, let's check the scores. Maybe like it's temporary, but it feels a little bit better just to see myself higher than in the middle of the 31 people competing. And okay, let's see the global ranking. I mean, they're still pretty much in the lead, but
Yeah, I think I know this guy, Gennady Korotkovich.
yeah, I heard something about him.
I don't know. I know he's the guy who unplugged my laptop inside.
Okay, I've
I-
heard that he lost some contest last year. I mean,
he
one.
did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, he lost one contest.
You mean he lost? He wasn't first? Or
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
I didn't know. I was wondering if he was capable of losing more severely.
Well, yeah, but well, he performs in classical contest normally.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm wrong. They actually placed second in the not previous, but in Challenge 24 in 1.5 years ago. He actually, I saw him today, and he wears the Challenge24 shirt. I'm not sure if we're allowed to talk about that. Almost.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so the other contest is worse. Okay, I get it. Well, actually,
no. It's also not worse. It was meant as mostly meant as a joke.
Okay. Yeah, but the line is pretty similar. Okay, so as you see, I already fell to the second place, and I'm actually getting very. Okay, it's not that bad, but you see, I lost all of the trees here, the yellow trees. Well, you.
Good thing is you're gaining knights.
Yeah. Well, so maybe a good strategy here was to just wait out everything. Everyone would just kill each other, and then when we have this 25,000, if I remember correctly.
Are you sure you started with 25,000?
I believe so.
I can.
Are there any bigger numbers?
That you start with either 3,000 knights, I think, or 300, or 30,000.
No, there are lots of cases where you start with 10,000. I saw at least 5.
Okay. I remember now. Yeah.
And I believe I saw earlier that when I had 25,000
at the start.
Yes.
I'm actually the guy who said those numbers,
okay.
But I'm not sure I'm gonna believe you. It was long ago.
Okay, so it. Okay, let's make that simple change.
Okay, I wanna see that live.
Yeah, see that live. Well, you should watch the live stream.
Don't be jealous, guys.
Okay, so it will be very simple. Like, first of all, let's introduce another mode.
That's the suicide mode.
Because I wanted to make them in logical order. How the aggressive, balanced, and that's the worst part in programming.
What's this mode supposed
gathering
to do?
Only trees, ignoring cottage. So
collector.
Yeah, that's a good one. We have a good team over here.
Or like greedy.
I thought about greedy, but then.
But yeah, you can be greedy with the cottages too.
I mean, it's. Okay.
Getting a cottage seems more greedy than getting a lemon tree.
So I added UI for changing the mode, and that's it. So this is the part where it's already very ugly, and I should probably simplify that. Also, I never use automatic brackets, and so it really throws me off here. Okay, so I have very complicated if statement. So I will just I have to. Okay, hopefully I will not. So far I'm not moving away from the L is lemon tree, so I'm not it's not very clear if that's a good idea, but yeah, so even if I choose to aggressive mode, I'm staying on the trees. I'm not sure if that's a good idea, but let's leave it like that. And wait, is it? No, that doesn't make sense.
Are you trying to make another continuous statement?
Yeah.
May I suggest just using the exclamation point?
Not
gonna pass?
Nah, yeah. Too many brackets. I mean, where is your aesthetics?
My sense of
aesthetic. Yeah. Where is it?
I don't know.
Oh, sorry, I hidden the chat again. Sorry, guys. This is weird JavaScript. Thank you.
Definitely.
Yeah. This is very weird JavaScript. Why?
I thought that was PHP.
I mean, it has classes. It has to be PHP, right? Did I? No.
God,
no.
I wish I had less type information.
Okay. Actually, that's a horrible a thing that I just did. I could have messed up it somewhere, and this is something that I never do while talking. That's the worst idea ever.
Okay, do you wanna like Control Z it down?
No.
Have me leave?
I have it the same over here, so.
Because I was actually hired by the other teams to distract you.
Yeah,
Not many people know this, but it's true.
What did you get? So that's why there was this mistake.
What
are you doing?
I was bringing the chat.
Okay, yeah. I would love to have an option to have it always on top, but I'm not good with computers, unfortunately.
What?
Yeah,
How does that happen?
Because I'm not developer. It's very people don't get it. I just do competitive programming, AI, machine learning, game development, but I'm not good with computers. It makes sense. It actually, well, I don't know. Let me finish it because I have obvious problems with focusing. Okay, that was. Just give me a few seconds.
Which mode are we coding?
Collector.
The collector.
So I'm just, well, if it's used, I actually don't use that anymore. I got rid of it. So it's, I'm not using, okay. Okay, so it's not that simple because, well, it's not only about those, not ifs, warunek. Jesus Christ, I forgot how to say it.
Condition.
Yeah, it's not only about those conditions. It's about the stuff that's also somewhere else. So. Okay, so. Well, normally the simple way of doing it would be just doing it like I have to unmount collector. That's the easy way of doing it, and it actually makes sense because I'm already doing ugly code, and I'm actually coding very ugly stuff, like really ugly, more ugly than usually. Okay, so this makes forces a move, even if there's only one guy left over there. The bigger problem is that how to choose the max squad, and I guess we could make it even more ugly. So if mode is equal to collector, and I'll put this into brackets because I always forget how the ternary operator, what's the priority of the ternary operator. So if
it's good practice to just get confusing things in brackets. So
yeah, at the same time
you should not beat yourself up about not remembering the priority.
Okay, so that's one way to get it, but there are more problems that I don't want to get to the collectors. So when I'm doing the smarter scouting, yeah, it's not smart scouting, it's smarter scouting. So if it's
I also
okay,
I think
yeah,
Tokoi.
Just let's mode collector, and it actually should work now. That's all.
Okay.
So that's why I like to write flexible code. I actually we were talking about in some way a big change, and then I'm just changing few ifs, and that's what you that's what you get when you are using fitness functions. You don't have to change major functionality. I don't, even though that my code is ugly, very ugly, it's actually very flexible. One of the worst parts is that I have this that part with smarter scouting, this one, here, and it actually uses the same conditions that we have here. And it wouldn't be that bad, but those conditions are very complex, and it's if I'm having a bug here, I will never find it. So I have to be really careful here. Okay, so there was 642, and I forgot. Where's the mistake? Squad size. Wait, what was the? Okay, yeah, squad ID. Yeah, that's another ugly part. So probably I could join the two coordinates into one, and it reduces so much amount typing.
I don't think that's the main problem with the readability.
Okay, so you see, I said that I'm doing horribly, and I'm actually doing very horribly. I fall to the 7th place here. And well, the main problem is that I'm not getting, I don't have knights. I have cottages, but I don't have knights. And I'm unable to reclaim any of the, probably the problem is,
you're just walking to reclaim a tree, I think.
Yeah, but near the end, no chance for getting this guy. Probably I just.
What happened? You walked into a tree.
I didn't look.
You walked into a tree, and your squad just disappeared. Was it so small that it managed to die?
It should never happen, because I always use explore. If I have less than 50 squads, I will always use all of the explorers. It's strange that, so
there's another squad walking there.
Yeah, it's 100.
Oh, okay, it was claimed. For some reason, we did not see that on the visualization.
And a big one is coming from the top. Okay, what? Okay, so we already started here. Okay, and this is very strange, the problematic. So that's I already seen.
This map archetype is called either the swamp or Venice. I can't say just by looking on that small part.
Okay, I compiled that, and
I think it's Venice.
Okay,
I just realized those were not trees.
I'm going to, let's see if that works. I changed the mode to 3, and yeah. You see, everyone moved away from the cottages.
Great stuff.
They will all die, but that's fine. They are knights. They are supposed to die. That's their role.
Okay, it's fun when the collector actually simulates the suicidal mode. So.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gaining points.
Yeah. So actually, I couldn't lose with that decision. Okay, so after like over 1 hour of talking, I added some functionality. Surprised. Okay, where's my Coke? Mic muted? What do you mean? What do you mean by mic muted? It's, well, let me check the where this has, it's not muted. It's definitely not muted. No. Okay, hit rolling. Whatever. Oh, so another thing is that I should probably yeah, reset. When I have a clear game state, I should change the mode to the balanced when the new game starts. Okay. Oh, yeah, kappa, sorry, whatever. I never got the kappa stuff on Twitch, honestly. It's like, here is something, not. I don't get it. Okay, compiled, quick check. Yeah, I won't restart, I'll just quickly change the mode. Yeah, like you see, it didn't change the mode. So I switched to aggressive, even though there are so far no trees, yellow trees. Like there should be yellow. Okay, never mind. Yellow stuff. And what's happening? So so my AI have huge problems with finding. Okay, so this is a good example of why I need to manually set the max squad size. The map is big, it's quite big. Actually, what I could do is to draw, based on the map shape, draw the estimated size for each player, so that I would know how much should I spread out at the start, and probably no one will touch me. Okay, so I already lost a few turns. It's clear that I should stay away from this part. Or, okay, it's not clear yet, but okay, I'm going for the cottages here. It's very clear what I'm doing. I switched to aggressive.
Yeah, and you skipped a few trees on the way, so
yeah,
that does look like aggressive.
So this I'm still having. Okay, so I wonder if it's going to be this part. I mean, the symmetry here is pretty strange. You have 5 cottages.
You just
cluster.
Oh, you did not.
Oh, no.
Oh, that does not look like something you want to be doing. Are you not checking the side of the squad you're walking
Of course
into?
I'm not. Why should I? Well, actually, so that's another part. Noob. I wasn't trolling. Well, okay. So imagine that I'm just sending small squads always. If I'm pretty much suiciding them, I will essentially I have some probability of killing the player.
Yes, but you could easily make it. Make it.
Come on, I got it. Or maybe this is some strange. No, he will die in a moment, or not.
What is he doing?
Dancing around me. I mean, like
he's taunting you. Like, take the fight to him.
But it works. I still have this aggressive mode, and I guess I will switch to balanced for a little while, and then I will switch back to aggressive. I have no idea. Or maybe, so that would be great. I mean, maybe this is the guy that doesn't have any cottages. It's 4. Yeah. So it's probably Płatnerze w Płaszczach or other guy. He split all of his squads to 4 knights only. And that's why he's avoiding me.
Why is that 4 knights, not 1?
Maybe because, well,
is there someone who splits into 3 knights each, and it became kind of a trump each other strategy?
Maybe, I don't know. But
yeah, because it seems like a good counter to the 1 knight strategy is to have a 2 knight strategy.
Yeah, so it's clear it didn't turn out well. And because he was next to me, I was actually able to get his cottages. Or someone is attacking me? No, it's... Yeah, so I really need to add... I have only 2 clusters, not that much. But for some... Probably I should go here. I mean, no one attacked me from this side. So it's quite probable that there's a passive player there. So that's why. But then I should quickly move to the first place, I believe, right now. I'm gaining pretty much almost double what other people are getting. Here it's actually pretty complicated because I have lots of cottages.
Yeah, there's not a lot of trees in Venice. I mean, I've never been to Venice, so I was more like basing my idea of Venice is Vivek from Morrowind. But I guess it does the job.
Okay. What's the Illuminati?
It's an icon. I don't know. The Illuminati. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get Twitch memes.
Yeah, the one thing I got is that people are when you are partnered, you can get your own memes.
Yeah, are you partnered?
Yeah, of course. Like really, that
you have to. I don't think partnership is enough because partnership is where you start getting money for the ads you play. And that
without that you never get
you don't get money. Did you get any money?
Well, like I got free food
from Twitch.
No, from here.
No, I mean on Twitch. And you get your own emoticons when you have a subscriber button. And you have subscriber quotas for...
Wait, everyone has a subscriber button?
No,
okay.
Everyone has follow button.
Oh, okay.
That's the one you have.
Okay. Let's get to the problem for a little bit. Good strategy would be here just to pump more people to the... because I'm not doing that. I mean, I have almost 5,000 total, and there's only 200 here. And I still haven't figured out the math behind this. So I'm getting 4, which it's pretty clear that I'm getting... Wait, it's 192. Oh, and someone attacked me? It got 16 smaller. Oh, okay, I have to... No. What the hell is happening? It's 176, and it's still 176.
Okay, you probably walked into something.
No. It doesn't go lower. I'm sitting on the tree and it doesn't go.
It does.
It does, or maybe it's refreshed every few turns. I don't. Maybe it can be a problem with my visualization.
Yeah, it got lower. It just got.
Yeah,
lower
but it's refreshed every few turns.
Okay,
that's what
sense.
confused me.
Why C not Python? Probably because Psyho doesn't want to get caught off guard at some point by his algorithm being too slow and having to use like PyPy or other speed ups. Like C is fast, and my next guess is that Psyho is really used to writing in C++ way more than he is used to writing in Python.
Yeah, so I actually, on Topcoder, last marathon I competed in, I wrote by full solution in Python. I used deep learning stuff, so I didn't have really much choice.
I don't want to write deep learning in C.
Yeah,
I mean, it's possible, and
you have only
good libraries are written in C, and most of the Python libraries are written in C.
And actually, most of the Python libraries are written by horrible programmers. I saw that.
Yeah, I mean, that was long the problem with any machine learning libraries. These were either coded by people who knew how to program but did not know how to machine learn, let's say, or the other way around. It was hard to find those that were... I mean, people want to get focus. It's called. I don't know. I lost the word, but people
like
look at this. People specialize in either machine learning or coding.
Yeah, so I guess that's one of the reasons why I have a huge advantage on Topcoder. I do both I do problem solving. I do optimization stuff. I'm pretty good coder. Although I'm pretty sure, deep learning. I just do a lot of different stuff that revolves around problem solving. Going back to the libraries for Python are still horrible. Like, Fiano is great. Fiano is absolutely great.
Have you seen TensorFlow?
TensorFlow? Not yet. Well, I heard about it.
Did you use Torch?
I don't want to learn Lua.
Yeah, because Cyano is cool, but it's often called like a sandbox, like not sandbox. It's called the deep learning library for children.
Why? I mean,
because it's easy and it's not as powerful as you would want your machine learning library to be.
What do you mean by not powerful? I don't get it. Fiano is just a framework, right? You build a different. Well, I know you know.
The things
TensorFlow is actually way slower than Fiano. I saw the benchmarks. It's way slower.
Okay.
TensorFlow sucks pretty much right now.
We are using Cyano at work, but talking about like.
Okay. I have a problem here.
Okay. Sorry.
No. You can continue. I will think about how to fix it.
But when I was looking at TensorFlow, it actually looked way more polished when it's used. I had way less situations where I did not know I didn't know why something doesn't work.
Okay. Well, I'm still at the I don't want to go deep into the deep learning, but so I'm using the libraries built on Fiano. The biggest problem with Fiano I have is that the compile time. I mean, sometimes it's not a problem when you are solving the problem which doesn't have too big data size. It can be a real pain. It takes forever to compile stuff. So I was using Keras last time. And I considered, PyLearn, I heard it went out of, no one works on PyLearn anymore, and Lasagna is popular right now. Keras is horrible because every 2 weeks, so actually during the contest they updated. I found the bug in Keras, and it was pretty much my first more serious experience with Python except writing scripts. So I wanted to be a good guy and submit a patch. The bug was pretty it was a typical Python bug where you use related to the dynamic variables. Like they used something that wasn't declared, and instead of being based on some class, it was just a floating point and it didn't have any functionality, and no one used it before, so they have no tests like most of the Python libraries. So pretty much the Python libraries are built by people that cannot code and they loved Python, so Python is such a cool language. On the other hand, C++ libraries are built by very experienced coders that have no idea how to write something that it's easy to use. Like OpenCV, it's pretty decent, but still usually use wrappers around it. Cafe is very powerful, but it's horrible to use.
Have you used Scala?
No.
I have used Scala, and I've seen some of the libraries, and God, that was terrible. Python, I mean, some of the libraries are beautiful, and some of them are so absolutely...
Okay. People are still watching us, that's good.
and some of them are absolutely awful. Like there was a library for matrices.
Okay.
And
pretty
there was
basic stuff.
A function. There was a function for inverting a matrix.
Okay.
And it could give an error message that the matrix is how do you say osobliwa?
Oh, yeah,
it's not invertible.
It's not invertible.
It was not invertible. So there was also a function for pseudo matrix inversion, which is used when you can't normally invert it. And
the stuff with the plus sign at the top.
And if you use that to invert the matrix, that was not inversible, it also threw that error. And I have no idea why and who thought it was a good idea to include the same function.
Singular. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, it's Meret.
It's Meret.
Yeah, hello, Meret. Why are we talking? Sorry.
We were
sorry.
just having a conversation
and
we got carried away.
Okay, so
what happened just
they just turned off the lights here.
Okay. I'm starting to worry that I will actually not be able to leave this place.
Like, will they turn the power or what? I mean, I need a lot of power here.
Also, one last thing. You know what's in TensorFlow and not in Psyho? At least not.
Okay, so that's the last part.
In Psyho, it's the absolute last part. Multi-GPU support. That's. But when you have machines with 8 GPUs, you actually need that.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
And it doesn't bother you that Psyho is faster on 1 GPU because you have 8 of them.
Okay, I'm seriously getting. Okay, so let's do the Geronimo stuff. Spread my children, go and find
my minions.
Yeah, my minions. Go find. Okay, so there was so many points that were not defended. And like go give me some points. Like, so I actually should do some scouts, some very simple scouts that just try to avoid everything. At the same time, the problem is that I'm losing a lot of knights just to desertion. And so either you have several ways of doing it, but still, well, I won't get any points because I believe I had second place secured, and
maybe you should code something that would make you abandon the cottages while you need your old parties to be able to keep exploring rather than generate new troops.
Okay, that's pretty brutal.
I mean, you need just one turn to desert all the
cottages
and one turn to get back to them if needed.
I think about potential problems that it will introduce when adding that. It's actually pretty easy place to make lots of mistakes. Okay, so I have here. Okay, so it's 64 and it's 48 for me, but fortunately they are. Wait, what? The guy lost 6. Is it another guy that... Wait, I have 54 cottages, so I'm losing how much? 7, right?
How
per
many
squad.
Cottages?
54. So
54,
I'm
you should be
7.
losing 7 at her.
So I should use. Oh, yeah, we lost him. Finally. Anyway, so I ended up here on second place. Here I'm fighting for anything better. And sorry for talking so much off topic. I mean, it's not like I enjoy doing machine learning stuff, and definitely people didn't come here in order to hear about machine learning. Anyway, okay, if you don't know what to do, just refresh the standings. You will always feel better. But, okay, not always. Wait, what? He has 0 and Past Glory has 0 as well. What happened? So it seems that I'm finally doing kind of decent. Still, there are lots of places for improvement. Okay, I'll just change the modes just in case. Here's pretty stupid situation. Wait, by the way, I have 61 cottages and 8 commands left. 10 commands left. I mean, I should capture this one, and it should be pretty obvious since it's no Milchek, no, don't come back. Is it finished? What do you mean by saying is it finished? Oh no, he's going back. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
No, just.
I'm actually
Living?
waging, going to sleep and going back here. All the time.
So I'm using the aggressive mode just to find all of the. Yeah, I just lost half of the army already. So that's the problem is I'm staying on those trees that I accidentally fell into. So even though
stumble upon
yeah. So even though I used aggressive mode, it didn't turn out so well for me. Okay, so.
Okay, if you want Psycho to do something, you should give ideas for him.
No. Well, you can.
I mean, I gave an idea to add distance to knights to the fitness function, but I guess it wasn't. Yeah, and checking what are you suiciding into? Why would you do that?
Okay,
it's more random that way. Right, you can either win or you can lose. Great stuff.
Yeah, like
even though you have information about the size of the army you're walking into, but why?
Okay, so I will use. Just give me a moment, and I will create a to-do list that I will actually follow. That will be a nice change. Okay, so I have to. I'll get below the stream. Okay, I'll leave it here. Why it's not on the. How does it even work? Okay, there are no spaces. I'll just give you space right here, and I'm trying to make it. Okay, never mind. It's clear.
QWERTY number.
Okay, current to do. Add a way to visualize the size of the squads. It's really important. I'm just staring like an idiot just to be able to tell if the squad is big or small, and I will actually be able to instantly tell what the correct strategy is. So I'll just the first map is going horribly, like exactly horribly. I just lost all of the cottages, and I have few spread out. Probably the good idea would be to let's check it. I will do a very quick hack. Max quad. You can talk, but
will it bother you? It won't bother you if I talk.
Yeah, okay. You can talk. I will check.
A funny fact: when I started working on this task, It was pretty horrible. There were major rules problems and bugs in it, but the one thing that was working well was the visualization, and it even had different faces for the knights on the visualization depending on the size of the squad. The smaller the squad, the more unhappy the knights looked.
Oh well, okay. So this should work. But so the thing I'm trying to add now is to customize the max squad variable. So it's either on auto, or I can directly override it with some exact number. So for example, in this part, I could override it with very small number, and they would actually spread out to conquer the random trees. In this map, the best strategy is to just go with your single knights and gather as many trees as you can. It's obvious that I'm not even defending here, and I'm still having people over there, which is pretty random. I mean, I have 419 total knights. That's not too much. Oh, yeah, I actually lost all of the cottages, so that's why it's not going down, and yet they are still alive. So that's how this strategy is good. It's very good. I'm actually confused why they have... Well, the guy is gaining...
Shouldn't you get more trees if you are not losing knights? Why are you staying on...
Well, that's... But, I mean... Okay, so...
And it seems like you have one cottage. Yeah, it makes sense. You have 5 squads and 1 cottage.
No, I don't have... I have 0 total cottages and 6 trees.
It's someone else's cottage.
Yes,
and you're just sitting under his nose and farming his
genius,
tree.
Right? It's absolute genius. So, well, sorry. Okay, about the coding part, I will be coding at least for the next 8 hours or with smaller or bigger breaks. I will make it shorter so it won't cover the chat stuff. And don't worry. Sorry about for those breaks. What the hell happened? Okay, that's absolutely great. So I ran out of the explore. I ran out of the commands for exploring. And they just went to the unknown terrain, and they are just standing there because they don't see anything. Okay, quick changes. I still have some time. I will refresh just to feel worse this time. 9th and 4th place. That's actually pretty decent. I'm getting to my target of the top 3. We'll see about that. And the important thing is not to think about the other teams as very bad ones if you consider that I'm only talking and somehow I'm still having decent score. Any questions? News? Okay. Yeah, but I will be talking for some time now. Not talking, implementing. Okay. So this is some old part of my code, and I'm trying to use it to enter. It will be easier to show when it's going to work. That's how it is. Okay, so let's make it the window size a little bit bigger. Okay, I will have horrible score here, like really horrible, if I'm not going to change anything soon. Okay, one page. Okay, so I will make another row here. Size Y and here, not here, analyze. It should be somewhere here. Log data. Okay, this is the one I wanted to use. I mean, normally I would just type it in. The reason why I'm doing so much stupid copy and pasting from old contest is because I didn't prepare myself properly. I work only for preparing for the live stream. And right at the end, I changed the computer and the setup, and you know what happened later, or you will know if you are going to see the beginning of this stream. Okay, so this is command UI input mode. Okay, I'll compile. Hopefully it will work. I'm doomed here anyway, so I will restart this server. I'm doing kind of okay-ish in the second one, although I could perform much better. Okay, compile. Okay, so I'm restarting here. Okay, that's the top. Yeah, so now I can type the stuff in. And it doesn't do much, but now I can analyze what I'm actually typing. So here I have the small part of the code that was analyzing stuff earlier, and okay, I'll get back to this. On this line I'll put the wait, what was the name of it? Default squad size. Okay. So I'll just use squad size based on if it's, I'll just show auto, otherwise I'll so if it's going to be set to -1, it will act like it's automatic, like it was before. If it's set to a different value, it's going to be overridden. Okay, so I'm able to show that, so I have feedback if it works or not. And then okay, so the first string will be command, or just I will use it what I have here. So max squad, let's use the fabulous shortcut of MS, and here I'm string to, there is some, well, normally I use some, okay, I don't need that. I actually don't display log, so that should be enough. Yeah, like you see, it looks very simple. We'll see if that works. Oh yeah, I love C++. I really love this language. Okay.
As if A to I isn't already an awful function.
Yeah, it's very awful function.
You know which one is really awful? I to A.
I to A. Oh, okay. But it's not a standard function actually.
It is not?
No, it's not in the standard C++.
Oh, there's so many things everyone uses that are not in standard C++, like pragma once. Do you know that pragma once is not in standard C++?
What is pragma? Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. For including in headers.
They actually expect you to use if and def.
That's horrible. Well, there are so many horrible things in C++, and still I use it because it has so many advantages over every other language that I don't really have a choice, really. Okay, so I made a ugly. I'm always correcting this. Like, there's a lack of space. I have to correct it. My eyes are hurting. Okay, so what I did now, it still doesn't have any functionality. But I can input MS and some value, and I'm overriding squad size. And I can put it back to -1, and it's auto again.
Aren't you gonna do some heuristics that would determine it for you?
No.
Because that actually requires you to sit every round and
that's what I did last year at Marathon. I played. I didn't do too much manual control. I could override where the sniper goes.
Okay.
But it helped me a bit. I could avoid the very hard parts.
Wouldn't it be better to get some sleep instead?
No. The whole point of this stream was that I'm not getting any.
I know you're not getting any sleep today, but this actually sounds. I don't know. I think at the end of the contest, I wouldn't be able to make sound decisions.
That's the only thing I can do. That's the fun part, where everyone just lays back and it's either we won or we lost. Whatever. I still have to play.
Okay, that's great mentality.
I'm a gamer. I can play with my eyes closed, pretty much. I actually played some games blind, just based on the sound, so it's not that. Well, I did speedrunning.
You did speedrunning?
Yeah, of course.
What did you speedrun?
Crypt of the Necrodancer. So the reason
you ran Crypt of the Necrodancer. That's an amazing game to speedrun.
Yeah, it's actually very hard.
Randomized,
and very
it's a great game.
So
it's great to watch.
I was in a speedrunning league. That's the reason why
in what league? Tell me the name.
Condor.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, so it's official Crypt of the Necrodancer league. Actually, the designer.
I just knew one, and it was smaller. Okay.
Conduit.
What?
Conduit is another one.
It was a league hosted by guys who previously hosted Binding of Isaac.
I forgot the names. Yeah.
There was some funny guy with a big beard hosting it, but then again, most of them have beards.
Yeah, welcome to USA.
And he had cats. You know who I'm talking about?
No.
Still not?
Yeah. I saw the guy.
He was called Cramps.
Didn't he make some 600 in a row? Or maybe this was another guy. I mean, every streamer of Binding of Isaac has cats and has bird. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Okay. He was also a Final Fantasy speedrunner.
How the hell do you Okay, I got it in 15 hours. How many hours do you need for? I guess Final Fantasy 7, right?
I don't know which one. Okay. I'm not into Final Fantasy.
That's a great game. I've actually replayed it 1 or 2 years ago. The graphics is absolutely awful. It's very hard to play it, but it actually was still a great game. I seriously enjoyed it. Okay.
I've only once tried speedrunning, and I was speedrunning Pokemon Blue.
I never played any Pokemon games.
Never?
Never.
It's quite fun to run, but I was nowhere near top times. I was 40 minutes behind. I was 40 minutes from the world record, and the world record is, I think, 1 hour 52 minutes at the moment. So that's a huge time loss, but it was a fun experience. Okay. And I didn't invest that much of the time of my life to do that, as some guys who have 11,000 resets of the game.
Yeah, the resetting. So that's why I liked speedrunning Crypt of the Necrodancer. It's not about resetting or anything like that. So I actually did racing, not speedrunning.
Oh, racing is also cool, but let me just cut in and say, in Pokemon, when you are not let's say 10 minutes from world record, you shouldn't really be resetting for stats and such. You should be just attempting to.
No, you have to learn the later parts of the game also.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you have to learn. Menuing is a big thing in Pokemon Blue. Using menu, because the cursor stays on things. So you want to sequence your using your items and other stuff in the menu so that you make as few clicks as possible.
Okay.
It can actually save like 10 minutes throughout the run, even maybe more.
I'm adding some more options to my... Well, the good thing about adding manual stuff is that you can actually test out some manual... sometimes adding manual stuff is actually easier than adding decisions, and you can see if doing it is actually worth explore something that was... I changed the idea in the middle of the typing, so I can finally focus a bit somehow. I guess that Coke that I'm drinking helped me a bit. A2F.
Do you want an energy drink?
No. They have too much caffeine, and I prefer to have the steady. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so I'm making the second change actually for this part, because I'm using all of the commands. Do you see the amount of total noise? I'm running out of the commands. I'm using too much explores. Okay, so I should focus on this one. Let's quick change of the mode. It compiled. I'm killing the second server. I killed it in the middle. It's not a good idea. Okay. I'm waiting because I don't want to run into... Okay, again, it's mode 1, but I'm stuck on the trees. Like, trees. Why? Why is... And he just ran through me, like nothing happened. Okay, so... And see the points. I mean, I should actively try to avoid the cottages. I'm getting way too many points, and okay, this should work right now. So I'm typing ER, and I'm using... I cannot type dot. Okay, I messed things up. So it's very... The way I developed that functionality is actually very strange. Input mode. Okay, so I'll just key. Okay, so I'll cheat a bit and I'll check Google for the... I have it for the library I'm using for the input stuff. I need the key code for the dot character, and I believe it's not... Well,
it's not cheating. You would have brought...
Yeah, well, I actually have that offline, but it's faster for me, and I'm already losing so much time by talking. Okay, I'll try this one. Maybe it will work. Okay, well, I actually need whatever. Okay, so there will be like a huge... Yeah, that's what I expected. And one of those should be the dot. Like, I have no idea which one is it. Oh, crap. Key.
What is key D? Is that
it's
actually the key D?
Yes, that's the D letter. Okay, let's kill this. People are still watching also. Okay, let's find out if I can type the... I cannot type the dot. Okay, let's get back to the... Which one it can be? Key...
Did you try that with the keypad dot? Maybe that will work. And
no, it's the actual key, so it doesn't the... What? Oh, you mean here? I can try...
I mean, you have two dots.
No. Oh, this one works. I mean...
Is that a dot or a
comma?
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. So I'm adding actual dots. So, okay, quick check. And it should...
And it works.
Yes. points, and hopefully I will move a little bit more now. And actually I can change squad size. So right now it was 100 by, it's around 1000. So I'll change MS to like say 500. But still, the problem is I don't have those points. Like this one and this one. That's why I need manual control. I want to set the huge priority to those points. Like extremely huge.
I mean, it's also quite obvious there's not a lot of trees on the map.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I'm still running out of. I will reduce exploration ratio. Okay, I should actually.
What happens now?
It's equal to 1. I hope it. I mean, I cannot be sure it works. Okay, so it's definitely 0.2, 0.2. So what I did is that if it looks like it's fine, right? It looks like it's fine. So I'm just randomizing a random double if it's above the exploration ratio. I'm just not using Explorer. So I'm setting some. It's again, it's a
sounds fair.
Cheap trick. Okay, what happened here? Okay, so again, still I have 7 cottages, and let's do the magic trick. Or maybe not, no, that's a bad idea. So I never use, I spent 300 turns on aggressive mode. That's why I don't have any points. And I'm...
Okay, you're gaining 26 a turn, and
well, they are gaining
even more a turn. So you might at least catch up by.
I actually have a decent amount of cottages. It's not very good, and it's probably again. Well, okay. So what happens? Okay, so I'm going to collector mode. Because there's only 50 turns left, and actually there's no point in sitting at the cottages. So the problem is that I'm running out of moves. It's pretty clear what's happening. And the other problem is that I'm only allowing 1. So they were empty. Actually, they were empty for the whole time.
What was empty?
Those trees.
Those trees. Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah. So I have to.
Maybe they weren't empty for the whole time, but
okay,
might have been taken by squads once, but they had nowhere to go after you completely dominated this.
Yeah, probably. So I completely messed this up. I should be at least second here, if I didn't. I believe I stopped getting any points. I didn't have these 2, and I could easily got there like 10,000.
Yeah, you have so many knights that you could actually take advantage of the fact that the more knights you have on a tree, the more points you get.
Yeah. So I completely messed it up, and. Okay, so let's forget that I cannot fix that anymore. So
okay. And I'm probably leaving because I wanted to leave like 2 hours ago. So
okay.
This time, goodbye for real.
Are you going back tomorrow? I mean, for the ending, pretty much.
I don't think I want to. And I don't think I'm supposed to. I mean, I can, of course.
Yeah, but why should?
Not that they don't want me there, but...
yeah, I get it. I would prefer...
I don't even think I'm gonna be up by that time. I weren't getting much sleep lately, and I want to...
Okay, so it seems when I have 350 guys over 1 cell, I'm gaining 5 points. Oh, and I will. Oh shit! I messed that up so much. Come on, go there, go there. Don't be lazy. Yay! We shouldn't. Yeah. Okay. So it was fine for a little while, and then I started like, wow! I lost so much points, so many points, and yeah, 5th place here. No, it's fine. I'll be the man. I'll manage it somehow. Okay. Okay, so I have I have still 500 turns left on the first server. The other one, I'm not sure if I'm going to hold the 4th place. I will, okay. I think I will. There are so many things that I'm missing. All of my knights should just focus on those 2 points, and it's very doable. Here I should just do the strategy where I'm spreading out. And actually, I'm not sure if there's anyone fighting, so let's experiment. I mean, I'm in the horrible position anyway, so let's just split. Okay, so suddenly I'm getting 40 points instead of 30 per turn, which is much better, but what I should do is the stuff. Hello, Master Tide. Now the General Psyho can control minions. Yeah, pretty much. At least those are my hopes. So my goal is to spread those little small blue minions to all of the yellow trees. Does anyone know how to use Python? I don't know what to say to you, but I hope someone from chat will answer that. Great. 95. Okay. I was doing something. Okay, so I need another mode where I spread as much as I can. And I won't call that mode. I will just add another parameter. I'll just set the maximum amount of guys I can have over a tree. Max. How should I call it? I mean that's what the chat is for naming variables, I guess. Maximum guys over the tree. I cannot. Okay, let's say tree size. Whatever. Normally it will be -1. Play a flute. Hope I helped. Yeah. I will quickly add another tree size, whatever, and if tree size is -1, it's auto, and if it's not, it's this value, magical value, like all the values. And okay, so it's printed out. That's a good thing. I'm adding. Let's get rid of those logs. Tree size, so it will be TS. So we can change it now, and the way we are going to use it is what I'm looking for. Okay, so this part, if it's actually, wait, what? Okay, so I'm trying to focus for a little bit, and I will get back to the talking. I'm not. I can still make it just to test if it works. So this will allow me. Okay. Okay, smarter scouting. I really need to join those stupid stuff together. I really need to do this. And yeah, that's why I shouldn't talk. That's the stupid mistakes I can do. Like, I no longer need this. And now okay. Okay, and there's another problem that it actually doesn't work. Like, it's horrible the way I'm. I guess I have to put it here again. Yeah, so as you see, I was absolutely right that this is the worst part in my code, where I'm essentially copying and pasting the same conditions over and over. Okay, so that's one part. The move size is, if we are oh god, cell type, at least make it bearable. Squad ID. Okay, at least I don't have to type it everything right now. Okay, so if it's the cell type is tree, lemon tree, I'm actually going to use squad size or something that's above the minimum. Okay, I guess it should work. If it does compile, it doesn't. So by doing that stupid change I did, I actually gathered some points, but still no, max squad, it doesn't work. Why squad size? Oh, it's max squad. Okay, come on, faster. Oh, and I have a new game over here, and for some reason, okay, so this is great moment to change the some stuff just to move that people. I need to force exploration over here, and this guy should move here. I don't know why he's not moving to the cottage, and why did they disappear? Okay, I don't know what's happening. Or maybe he just moved back. Okay. Did it compile? No? Really? No? What? Yeah, that's why. Crap. Not actually, it looks like a proper code. I don't know what. Cell type C. Oh, yeah, that's the problem. I actually removed it accidentally. Okay. I hope that works. I mean, I have what? He was okay. I get it. Squad ID. I had this mistake like 3 times in a row. Okay, how much time do I have? Nothing. That's awesome. So I messed up and I cannot check it anymore. Okay, what's happening here? So I have I'll change. Well, squad size 50 is kind of okay. The whole goal is to just find those cottages. But I'm really bad that I ran out of time to check if it works. That's really bad. I mean, I have to wait for another round just in order to check that. Okay, here. I could do it here, but it's very risky. Like, it's insanely risky. The better strategy is to just forget about the lemon trees, get a lot of... Well, I mean, with my strategy, I'm pretty safe to get top 4 score, I believe, on the second server, which is decent score. Okay. Also, there's a small change I have to make really quickly. Clear game state.